Mzansi, a nation of deep-spirited Ubuntu, once again opened its doors to global learners, American students who have traversed many kilometers to visit, learn, and just connect firsthand with the beauty and the complexity of our society, whilst challenging assumptions and building meaningful relationships across borders. So these students are enrolled in an isiZulu language and cultural course. And perhaps to tell us a little bit more this morning, Dr Sipho Sithole, lecturer at Howard University, as well as Destiny Wiley-Yancy, a student at Vanderbilt University, as well as Brianna Artis, who's a student at Howard University, joins us to chat a little bit more about their exchange program and the experiences that they've had. Good morning to all three of you. Welcome, welcome.
Sawubona sisi.
Ninjani.
Ngiyapila wena unjani.
Gikhona. Bro, look at you, look at your students. Well done. So, I mean, the importance of such diplomacy, such programs at this juncture, given geopolitical landscape that's shifting ahead of South Africa hosting G20 as well. Start us off. Tell us about the significance and the importance of it.
First of all, I think it dispels stereotypes because we are bringing very young American students who probably know of Africa, the continent, from TV and whatever is pushed out to the American public. And then you then bring them here to actually see in real life what is this Africa about? Who are these Africans? How do they live? Where do they live? To actually discover that we are just all the same and that we don't live in forests, in bushes, that there are no lions roaring or roaming around. So, and then also just tolerance and appreciation of our diversity. I think that's really what they take when they finally take it all. Because when they first come in, it's culture shock, like, wow. You know, it's even interesting when you take them to the real villages where they've been.
Yes.
But I guess we are preparing future diplomats, future ambassadors, and just future voices of America who can say, hey, wait a minute, this is not what you think, we've been there.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And Brianna and Destiny, I mean, you celebrated 4th of July celebrations yesterday for your own country's independence. And I wonder, upon landing on our soil, you know, what were some of those perceptions you had? How were they dispelled? What did you get to unlearn and relearn, just in relation to politics, economics, society, culture at large? Brianna, let me start with you closest, and then we'll go to Destiny.
Well, thank you so much for that question. Coming to the motherland was definitely culture shocking for me. I didn't know what to expect. I just came with an open heart and open mind because I was just blessed to have the opportunity to come back here and learn so much about South Africa and the culture of Zulu.
Yeah. And for you?
Yeah, so I'm really grateful to Dr. Sithole because he's exposed us to real Zulu culture. We spent time in Umuzi Bush Camp, which is in Ulundi, and the heart of Zululand. We learned about the different kings, King Shaka, Degane, and through that, I think it allowed us to know what the Zulu people are about and why the history is so deep and rich. Because even in the US, my mom knows about King Shaka, and it's really, really interesting to know where like Black people globally resonate so deeply with the Zulu people.
I mean, it's important to also get over the misunderstandings and the misperceptions about, you know, for both sides, right? Because obviously South Africa also gets to be changed through the interactions with you guys. But your PhD, your focus, I mean, you're looking at the plight of women, but even drawing contrast between South Africa and the USA. I don't know if I got it completely right, but tell us a little bit more about what you aim to explore. What are those similarities that are featuring at this point?
Sure. So I'm interested in the women of the early ANC. So John Dube's wife, Nokutela Dube, she spent considerable time in the U.S. with him while he was at Tuskegee. So in particular, I'm interested in how U.S. politics and culture shaped their way of thinking about politics and practice, right? Usually when we think about interactions between Black Americans, African Americans, and Black South Africans, we look at the anti-apartheid period, but in particular, there are long connections that trace back to the 18th century. So I'm really, really interested in exploring those and like understanding how we've learned from each other for centuries now.
Yeah. I mean, another conversation that also comes to the fore is race and equity, right? And if we look at the period between what happened in South Africa during apartheid, but if we draw parallels to what happened in the US as well. Brianna, do you want to weigh in on some of the learnings you've learned about South Africa's democratic process? vis-a-vis Americas?
Yes, definitely. So with being a media journalism and film major, I see the lack of representation in America, and just coming back here and seeing so many people that look like me makes me want to come back to South Africa and make a difference, and also connecting that that line of South African to the Zulu people to the American Black people, so we all can have that connection. Because one thing I love here in South Africa is the family aspect. Like, I see so much family, so much community, and I definitely can't wait to take that back to to America.
And I mean, you're always welcome back, right? But Prof, you've been obviously running this for a number of years, and I wonder if you could speak to the impact that it's had. Tell us a little bit more about what you're witnessing over the years, what also you hope to achieve as you continue.
Yeah. First, I think this is now our annual pilgrimage, and I hope you will actually accept us back here again. Every year, we come in here during what they call the summer semester.
Yes.
So they are on a Zulu study abroad summer semester program. So they are studying Zulu, we are doing Zulu instructions, but we are also immersing deep into the cultural aspects of it, to take what they learn in the classroom at Howard and bring it here to South Africa and say, this is what we've been teaching you. So it means a lot. This is what Howard University has invested in terms of making sure that all the foreign languages that are taught at Howard, students actually get an opportunity to go to the countries where the language comes from. As for Zulu, for instance, Zulu language at Howard has got the biggest student enrollment outside of South Africa.
Wow.
So when you look at the rest of universities in the US who are teaching Zulu language, maybe they've got 8 students. We've got 150 students a year.
Wow.
So everyone wants to come here. I mean, the State Department in the US funds the program, and unfortunately it can't fund everybody. So we have 8 students here, and I think the maximum we can actually ever take is 12, I think, or 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for now, right? Because it's
For
growing.
now.
I mean, you guys are landed here, and favorite food, favorite music, favorite place, favorite interaction, favorite experience, memory. What stands out for you? Brianna, do you want to take it, and then we'll go back to Destiny?
Yes. So when we was at Umushi Bush Camp, I met a friend. Her name is Lisa, and I definitely want to continue that connection when I go back to the United States. And I also want her to know that she always has a home with me when she comes to visit.
Lisa. Brianna's spoken. And for you, Destiny?
Yeah, so I think my favorite moment was going to Ohlange in Durban and learning about the history of that institution, learning about that John Dube and Nkutela founded it together, and that in 1994, Nelson Mandela voted there. His first democratic vote was there. So it like traces this really, really long lineage of the importance of that school to South African history.
Yeah. How do these learnings continue once you now leave the country and go back to the US? Prof, do you want to weigh in?
You know, I always tease them. I said, we should have a 10th year anniversary about this trip, and I'm sure you'll be coming here with your little babies and your husbands, because definitely they will be coming back. It's very difficult, particularly in the last week of the 6-week period, to realize that we are leaving it all behind. And it becomes very difficult for them to go. Not that they don't want to go, but they know they are leaving great memories here. And also they become ambassadors for other people who have not been here to say, we want to be part of the program. Even their parents. One of the students had her parents coming. Actually, she's here in the studio.
Amaya.
Her parents, Amaya. Both her parents came for the first 5 days. They would not have come if this program was not here. So there's such great impact about this program.
I mean, we've seen some of the recent developments with Afrikaner refugees going to the US, and again, to the point about dispelling misperceptions and really what is the real situation in our country. I wonder if we could also just look at, you know, your own future endeavors, because you are students, you're enrolled in this course, but this is one aspect of the broader picture. What's that contribution going to look like? Prof said you might be coming with babies in 10 years for the reunion, but what's that foreseeable goal as we speak? Yeah.
So I'll go first. For me personally, my major is media journalism and film. So again, I want to make a difference in the media aspect in America. And coming back here, I just had the opportunity to capture so many different things in South Africa. So incoming students that are coming to Howard, or current students at Howard University, can get that aspect of what it's like to come to South Africa. So I want to continue to inspire the next generation of future leaders or future change makers through media journalism and film.
All right. And for you, Destiny,
Yes.
it's in your name.
Thank you. Yeah, so I want to continue writing about the interactions between African Americans and South African history. In particular, as a historian, there's a really rich history of women contributions to the struggle, and I'm so interested in continuing to tell undertold stories about women.
Because it's about agency, right? And in this fourth industrial revolution and AI, we want to avoid algorithm bias, and this is how we get to tell that broader picture. Doc, did you give them any Zulu names? Were they christened with any? I mean, this is a...
Igama Lami Gingu Sindisiwe.
Sindisiwe, okay.
Igama Lami Gingu Brianna, and my
The
name
Zulu one?
Zulu one?
beautiful.
The Zulu name?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What is your Zulu name?
Ashley.
Entle. What is it?
What? Entle.
Yes.
Yeah, Entle. Yeah.
Beautiful one. All right. And then, so Prof, just keeping this conversation going, what else is on the program now? Because you obviously have had a plethora, but just as we wrap up, what else can we expect?
We're going to Soweto today.
Oh,
because,
great.
Because we always want to make sure that there's a cultural aspect, but there's also a political aspect in terms of where we come from. So definitely we're going to the Hector Peterson Museum. We're also going to Vilakazi Street, the only street with 2 Nobel Prize winners. We go to the Nelson Mandela. This evening, we're going to Untitled Basement to a hip-hop concert of Tuksinganga and Momo Lemi. Yes, and then tomorrow we are in church at Grace Bible Church in Pimville, Soweto. And then, but we've done Union Buildings. We've been to Freedom Park here, and then in KwaZulu Natal, we've done everything. We've gone to the greatest, the graves of the greatest kings that ever lived. We've been to the royal palaces of King Dingane. We actually lived in King Cetshwayo's royal palace. That's where Umuzi's royal camp is. I mean, Umuzi Bush camp is. It's right where King Cetshwayo's royal palace is. The nation, the Zulus that defeated the British in 1879.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the king that led that.
Sure. All right, so enjoy the rest of your stay here. Thank you for sharing your stories. We'll see you soon, Prof. Good luck and thank you for the work. Also, just enjoy the rest of your endeavors. This month in South Africa was Youth Month in June, Freedom Charter Month. We also had Concord celebrating 30 years. You came at a great time. So taking back all those experiences and sharing it on. Thank you for also giving us a part of you as well. Dr. Sipho Sithole this morning, lecturer from Howard University, Destiny Wiley-Yancy, Vanderbilt University student, as well as Brianna Artis, Howard University student. They were just chatting about the Howard University South Africa exchange program, of course, focusing on that isiZulu course there.